been working in the oil and gas industry for the last 8-9 years now. When I was looking at the practicalities of performance improvement on an offshore drill ship, I realized that there were subtle improvements which could be a game changer. One of these was finding a way for frontline operators to be able to add new lessons learnt to the rig learning database as quickly as possible. Equally, a way for operators to access best practice or relevant knowledge at the press of a button. This got me thinking about some kind of knowledge portal, mobile knowledge system, whereby they would be able to do exactly that, to enter new lessons learnt and to access previous lessons learnt, such that it was a dynamic, rig-owned knowledge management system, real-time, live, and relevant. So what we're talking about is enhancing operational performance through just-in-time portable learning technology in the offshore oil and gas industry. The idea is that we have something like an iPad, but intrinsically safe and explosion-proof for the dangers of the environment in which offshore oil and gas workers are operating. So, in other words, if we're talking about an iPad, it would need to be such that it cannot explode when exposed to gas. Equally, we would need for that iPad to be safe from being dropped, so ideally attached to a tag line or a tugger wire, and the idea would be that the tugger wire actually carries a fiber optic cable attached to an onboard server, such that at any given time a roughneck, a rig floor worker, could add a new lesson to the server, or could take a photo or a video clip and add it to the server along with typed in information or voiced information, which would be immediately transcribed and added to a knowledge management database. Equally, if a frontline operator wants to access relevant information, he can simply type in the search word or term into a search engine and find all relevant lessons for what he is looking for. There are 4 areas where we have typically been adding value to an operation: learning, variance, video, and soft skills. And these 4 areas can be pulled together such that operators at the front line, leaders at the front line, can access any of these areas to help them do a better job. From my point of view, I want to walk the talk as a performance improvement or continuous improvement coach myself. I would like to continue to develop my education, to continue to learn about the industry in which I operate, but also to continue to be an effective performance coach. And it is for this reason that I have chosen to do a PhD, because I would like to research and enable technology and a knowledge portal, a system, a solution to the problem of access to real-time information and lessons learnt at the time that it is needed, on the job that it is needed, without having to wait. Equally, I am looking for a solution to the problem of the delay in getting lessons into a lessons learnt register, and the fact that during that delay often information is lost, lessons are not added to the register, they are not ultimately included in future plans such that we don't make the same mistake twice. So I'm passionate about that. I'm also keen to get some credibility. I am keen to be seen as a subject matter expert in the realm of performance improvement coaching, particularly in the oil and gas environment, particularly offshore, but equally I feel that credibility in this sector will help build credibility in general as an agent for change, a turnaround guy, someone who can identify solutions to problems and help teams and processes go from average to world class. I would like to inspire myself and my colleagues, my family, my friends. So I would like to achieve something which is difficult, which is challenging, but rewarding, intrinsically rewarding, potentially extrinsically rewarding. I would like to break new ground, to find out new things, to enable new technologies, to enable better performance, to enable continuous improvement. I would like to be able to do this in a number of different industries. I have faced some challenges. These challenges range from doubting myself to finding it difficult to prioritize the PhD with a young family, 3 young kids, a busy job, moving countries from South Africa to the UK, having recently started the PhD, struggling to get adequate supervision. But ultimately, I blame no one and nothing other than myself. I have not prioritized the PhD. Now I feel more determined than ever to actually progress the PhD through to closure. And I feel that with Justin Kennedy, someone who has expertise in this area of learning and technology, that I will be able to reinvigorate my studies and progress my PhD to successful closure. The other reason I am investing in Justin as a mentor and coach to progress my PhD is because I would like to walk the talk. So investing in an expert to assist me in accelerating my progress is exactly what I preach as a performance coach to prospective clients. The concept of investing in an expert external resource who will be able to help accelerate progress, accelerate learning, accelerate improvement, simply because the resource being invested in has the necessary expertise and focus and experience to enable the desired result. I would like to be able to hand over a book or some research to show that I have invested a huge amount of time in the concept of continuous learning and improvement in an operational environment. iVision is something that was sparked between myself and Ian Mills, the MD of Exceed, when we were looking at a knowledge mobilization platform. And Ian went ahead and invested in a company in Ireland called Cora to come up with a platform for knowledge mobilization. So iVision is effectively an online platform for knowledge management, performance management, project management, and it is accessible anywhere in the world where you have an internet connection, and it organizes information in a logical way. iVision is certainly a step in the right direction. However, I personally have major concerns that it is somewhat clunky and somewhat outdated. It is not mobile, it is not searchable, and it is somewhat difficult to work with unless you have a fast internet connection, which of course we don't have in many of the operational environments in which we work. I believe that iVision is a fantastic start, but I believe that it needs to evolve into a much more dynamic and user-friendly software platform. Equally, I am looking at hardware that could be used in a heavy industry environment that would be robust enough to survive knocks and would be intrinsically safe and explosion-proof as necessary, such that we have the hardware and the software to enable just-in-time portable learning technology in the oil and gas industry.